Surviving climate change on Saamaka land. The following documentary was directed by Saamaka Maroon people in Suriname. Suriname lies in South America between British Guyana, French Guyana, and Brazil. The Amazon rainforest has been providing food for decades to the Saamaka Maroon tribe. They have been guardians of their land and the forest by living in a traditional way with minimal disturbance of the Amazon rainforest. There was always food and Maroons didn't have a lot worries. In 2006, it all changed when suddenly large communities were victims of a flooding. Climate change arrived.
Ogi nkuya omensa for mi fanita kia. We mi apo igwe saide na taki desandi mi pina baika. Efu mi gweda alade na wata ino man for work thing. Faye den deja wata kisi mi on for work. Mi no be body ka den know it. Plus telling you saka mountain ya any wata usaka. But forsi me lo make mo iti sukuston fu opode sangwalok tu. Ala sort fashion make it toka ikondo. Afro gwe na one of them measure. Mami no man gwe no so de sanyo mo poli. Saka di eside na de chief mi abden kolosia ini. Ala malabe de ondra asande. Ala nata ini wata ini.
Atania erg, awa echt erg situatie. Because I de ujanga pikide gwaki kokomi boy se next alain bukunat sani poli unabi nyanya next unabi mo unabi kosi no ansanyu unabi mo ala usam poli ewe aktiga alanti angade sama jabi embete pikiso fuja wansan fude ye piu fude sagyu sani fusten fude sa ye piu teke awataya sakabikana wa pikiso wata obe sungude ka ma disi erg.
Besides the flooding, the search of gold and logging has also increased in the last years, leaving people from this community with lesser food and living space.
There's an estimated 10,000 miners from Brazil who are here working.
So these are the machines that we're working with, you know. This is how the excavator tried to push down this tree. This is one of the big work that the excavator have to do during the work. Push trees.
What they do is they use high pressured hoses and liquefy the soil.
A probleem do abija. Dus we see we epina in Abenaland. Now we serve actie we serve the biggie one for before akstak we konja. Yeah, and we na lowe mampansu. And in a passage fu in Sarah Benaland, I just saw the orders fu lowe chawi kompoti. Datu no manga katibo fu apara maribo. Adape ala ubede no lowe kong in a Sarah Benaland. And we tanja. En tanga SD, tanga tide, das kalian, ekoina liba, fukong doti awatara moro lek fa doti ja. En datu uno de ensange. De umansma den di esija, alap kinenge sowel gransma, na watara disiwe kobrekuna, no wankara watara ja. Dus na watara disiwe wasne, we dringine, we bori. tego ajeje ledja da yabi tuskali andape da tape sa jeje gomoro ondro seifu miti mamaini they are more like fiskali andape.
Gold is heavier, so it's trapped in the mesh in the sluice box, and at the end of a period of 1 to 3 to 5 days or something, the sluice box is stopped and the mats are shaken out, and the gold has settled out and gotten trapped in that mat, and the rest of the lighter sediments have been washed away, except for what they call black sand. It is about the same weight as the gold, and so those two are mixed, and to clean that up and to separate the gold out, the miners add mercury, and it selectively binds the gold. And then they wash away the black sand, and they take that gold mercury amalgam, squeeze out as much of the mercury as they can, burn off the rest, and you're left with gold that still has some mercury left in it, but that's what they take to the gold shops and then sell. The gold shops then penalize them for the contaminants, and then they further burn off more of the mercury and purify it, and then work it into whatever final form that they sell and export.
The vast majority of the diverse population of the Republic of Suriname lives at the coastal zone, primarily in the capital of Paramaribo. With over 80% of the country is covered by rainforest, it is endowed with valuable mineral resources. These contribute an important share of GDP and export values. In the 18th century, the Maroon detailed arrangements for access to land and resources. Although these traditional laws were recognized by different governments, they were never respected. Since the mid-20th century, the Suriname leaders have been focusing on the interior for industrial development. Today, informal small-scale gold miners have invaded Maroon territories throughout eastern and central Suriname. Concession policies legally permit large-scale mining and logging on traditional lands. Unfortunately, Maroon communities are not consulted or compensated when these developments occur, and rarely share in the benefits. These people usually depend on the arbitrary goodwill of the government and multinational companies in the wake of increasing industrial development on their homelands. However, of the year together with the indigenous communities, Maroon interest groups are increasingly pressing for change. Over the past years, different projects have been launched to decrease the impact of climate change by saving the forest and keeping saamaka lands protected. The UN Red Plus, Reducing Emissions from Deforestation and Forest Degradation project is one of them. In 2008, at the Conference of Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change in Indonesia, the world formally accepted that the conservation of forests potentially is a very strong tool in the mitigation of the effects of climate change. Effectively avoiding deforestation implies a reduction of the emissions of millions of tons of CO2 per year. Hence, protection of forests is not only positive to conserve biodiversity and to support local livelihoods, but also to keep the planet from warming up. But besides these projects, it is crucial that land rights need to become a government priority. Maroons and indigenous should collect in an organization representing their interests. This way, they will stand stronger in the negotiations with the government. Also, the Suriname leaders need to develop a more coherent, long-term vision on climate change and keeping livelihoods from Maroon communities in contact. Both groups, rural communities and government, are challenged to reach a compromise that is good for both parties. Either way, the scream for a decrease of the impact of climate change on Maroon villages is louder than ever.
Kaya ko tu sa ko lo mama bi me ka kien.